Last class we have seen regarding the 9 obstacles or 9 barriers or 9 problems, means chitta vikshepaha or chitta vikshepa te antaraya. This sutra 9 antarayas to reach the ultimate, and this sutra will be talking regarding some extra, means some extra antaraya or some other obstruction or barriers in yoga sadhana. Let's see, in this sutra it explains दुख दौमनस्य अंगमेजत्व श्वास प्रश्वास विक्षेप शभुवः. Again it explains दुख दौमनस्य अंगमेजत्व श्वास प्रश्वास विक्षेप शभुवः. विक्षेप सहभुवः. विक्षेप and सहभुवः. 5 antarayas again explained. Earlier sutra it tells about 9 antaraya like vyadhisthana, samsaya, pramada, alasya, avirati, bhranti, darshana, alabdha, bhumikatva, anvastitva. All these things are explained regarding the chitta antaraya. This sutra explains about this. Some other also, means 5 are related to chitta antaraya. It explains here dukha daumanasya angamejatva swasa prashwasa vikshepa shabhuva. Sahabhuva means along with. This 5 are goes along with pre-sutra, pre-9. Vikshepa. Vikshepa means we explained like Vikshepa, Chittantaraya in last class. These are the 9. And this 5 also means Dukha will be 1, Daumanasya 2, Angamanyutva 3, Swasa is 4, and Prashasa will be 5. All these 5 goes with pre-9, means Vyadhisthana. That's why it's called Vikshepa Shahabhuvaha. They are the Vikshepa or the distraction of the earlier itself in the Chitta level. So what we discussed in earlier Sutra, it's plus that, means earlier Sutra explained that 9 plus 5, total 14. So let's see, Dukkha. Dukkha means the sorrow. This is the foremost word in any Sanskrit text. Either you got Sankhya, Yoga, or Vedanta, they explain how one should overcome dukkha. Like in yoga start with Heyam Dukkham Anagatam, like dukkha is upcoming. The future dukkha we need to overcome by practicing yoga sadhana, different methods. In Sankhya they explain Dukhatraya Abhighata Jigyasa. To overcome the 3 dukkha, we need to know Vyakta, Vakta and Jnana. This way everywhere it explained here. Now in dukkha there are 3 dukkha or sorrows are there. One is called, we can see here, Adhyatmika, second is called Adhibhautika, and third one is called Adhidaivika. Adhidaivika. Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika and Adhidaivika. Adhyatmika means, Adhi means it depends. Atmika means in you. So which problem depends on you or sorrows from your side itself, not out, inside you. Okay, that is called Adhyatmika Dukkha. It's again 2 types, like mental and physical. Saririka and Manasika, mental and physical destruction or physical sorrows. Mental means, for example, if you in stress, anxiety, depression mood, that is called mental dukkha. Someone passed away in your family, you will be crying. That kind of dukkha is known as mental adhyatmika dukkha. Physical dukkha means related to your any physiological problem or your bodily problem. For example, you have any problem like fever or bronchitis, asthma, COPD, whatever cancer, whatever problem you have, that is called as the physical problem or physical sorrows. By that disease you feel sorrow, dukkha. If my hand got cut, I will feel dukkha. Why my hand has got cut, I will cry. That kind of dukkha comes under this level, physical, adhyatmika. So adhyatmika two types, mental and physical, manasika and saririka part. Mental part we already discussed, like depression, stress, anxiety due to some external factors. Maybe my girlfriend has gone or anything happened. Okay, break up, whatever you take. That's related, is called mental status. You will feel depressed mood, stress, anxiety. That kind of feeling is known as manashika dukkha or mental disorders or mental dukhyam, sara. And physiological means really it's affected on your body. Maybe hand cut or tumor, cancer, AIDS, whatever the problem you have. That's a kind of dukkha, whatever the situation, it's known as the dukkha of physical or the body. Okay, dukkha. Adhibhautika means the problems, sorrow from bhutas, not from the panchamahabhuta, akashavayu, no. Bhuta means from this what we have. Maybe the snake may bite you, you may get the dukkha from snake. After beating, you will crying. So you got the dukkha from the external, means from this bhuta. Okay, maybe the beating of snake or fear of elephant, maybe elephant attack you. Okay, elephant related problem. So that is related to bhutas, or maybe some other animal like cheetah, tiger, whatever lion attacks you. So you will feel dukkha from that. So this kind of dukkha is called adhibhautika. And adhidaivika means, it's adhi means, again I told, it depends on daivika, means on nature. So what kind of dukkha or sorrows you will get from the nature? That kind of dukkha is called adhibhautika. For example, flood or earthquake, earthquake happen, bhukampanam, adi. If you feel dukkha from all these things, if you get dukkha from all these things, this is called adhidaivika dukkha. So here explain three kinds of dukkha: adhyatmika, mental and physical. Adhibhautika means the dukkha sorrows from the external factors, from this bhuta, maybe elephant, snake, tigers, whatever. Adhidaivika means from the nature. You will get dukkha from the nature, like flood, earthquake, fire, stuff happen, tsunami, whatever things. So this three level dukkha is known as dukkha. One, dukkha. Daumanasya. Daumanasya means it's the opposite of shaumanasya. Shaumanasya means good minded. Daumanasya means bad minded or wrong minded. When the mental situation is wrong, means due to depression, stress, anxiety, you will be in depressed mood. You will not be taking the right option or right decision. That situation, if you take any decision, that will be wrong. So Daumanasya means in wrong situation of your mind, when mind will be in not position, good position. That's why Daumanasya. Daumanasya. Anga Mejayatva means, Anga means the body limbs or the body parts. Mejayatva means when it's tremoring or moving. If you have any problem regarding your body parts, maybe Parkinson disease you can take, or maybe paralysis, you have problem regarding your body parts. Anga Mejayat, Anga is getting, moves here and there. Some person, they can't hold their hands, always move, old age lady, old age person. So that kind of problem also is known as Vikshepa, Chitta Vikshepa. It's called Anga Mejayatvam. This all three. Dukha is a Vikshepa, Daumanasya is a Vikshepa, Anga Mejayatva also a Vikshepa. Okay. Swasa Prashwasa. You can take here any disease like Anyo Mehta is a Parkinson disease or paralysis. These are the diseases related to your body parts. You are shaking there. Swasa Prashwasa. Swasa means inhalations, what we breathe in, and Prashwasa means exhalation, what we breathe out. It's called inhalation, and this is called exhalation. So if you have any problem regarding these two, means while inhaling you have problem, while exhaling you have problem. Like asthma, you take COPD, like asthma, COPD. So all this kind of problem related to that. If you have problem regarding these things, you will feel difficult to practice yoga. So these are the 5 things, means dukha, Domanasya, Angamyatva, Swasa and Prasyasa. Dukha means it comes under three, like Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika and Adhidaivika. Adhyatmika means it's mentally and physically. Okay. Adhibhautika means from the external factors, maybe snake, tigers and all. Adhidaivika means maybe flood or earthquake, all these things. Okay. Domanasya means when your mind status in a wrong position, maybe stress, anxiety and those level. Domanasya. Angamejatva means when your body is tremoring here and there, means Parkinson disease or any other paralysis, all these things. And Swasa Prashwasa, breathing related problem. Maybe inhalation will be wrong, exhalation will be wrong. COPD, you can take bronchitis, asthma, all this kind of problem related. If you have problem, these are they called Vikshepa Shahuba. There goes along with Vikshepa. Chitta Vikshepati Antaraya we discussed earlier 9, and this Sutra will discuss regarding this 5. So 9 plus 5 are 14 are is known as Chitta Vikshepa. So if question asks how many Chitta Vikshepas are there, the answer will be 14. Sahabhuva if asked means the answer will be 5. So 9 plus 5 is will be 14. So this is the meaning of the Sutra. Sutra is Dukha Domanasya Angameyatvam Swasa Prasyasa Vikshepa Sahabhuva. Dukha is the one problem, is the barrier for yoga sadhana. Domanasya also a problem, a barrier for yoga sadhana. Angameyatva also a barrier for yoga sadhana. Swasa and Prasyasa, inhalation and exhalation. If you have any obstruction under that, this also a obstacle or the barrier for yoga sadhana. So this way we have gone through the total 14 number of Chitta Vikshepa. Last class we have seen the Antarayas. Antaraya means there are 14 Antarayas or barriers to reach yoga sadhana. In yoga sadhana there are 14 Antarayas. Like we discussed Vyadhisthayana, Samsaya, Pramada, Alasya, Abhirati, Bhranti Darsana, Alabdha Bhumikata, Anavasthitvani. Along with that, Dukha, Daumanasya, Angameyatva, Swasa and Prasyasa. These 14 are known as the Antaraya or barriers in yoga sadhana. Now questions come, how to overcome these Antarayas. For that purpose only, this Sutra tells about Tat Pratishedhartham Ekatattva Abhyasaha. Tat Pratishedhartham Ekatattva Abhyasaha. Tat means it's related to Alya Sutra. Okay, Alya Sutra means it explains all kinds of Antarayas. To overcome or to destroy the Antaraya, what you have to do? Pratishedha means to overcome or to destroy, or you can say destroy or overcome. To overcome all kinds of 14 Antarayas, Ekatattva Abhyasa, we need to practice Ekatattva. Ekatattva means only one thing. No need to practice this and that, all these things. Means you don't need to go for, choose for any other career. You can choose, you can opt only one career. Maybe doctor, engineer, farmer, whatever, choose any one and go for that. That's called Ekatattva. Ekas means prati. Eka means only one. Towards one pointed. If I want to focus, if I want to talk, my aim should be towards camera. If I want to deliver my speech, my aim should be there. How the society will get be benefited. That will be the my aim. So to do that, Ekatattva Abhyasa, we need to practice Ekatattva. Among this 26 Tattva, if you go yoga, there are 26 Tattva. Among this, there are, for all this Tattva, you need to practice any one Tattva. Which Tattva? The supreme one, Ishvaraha. So if you contemplate, meditate or practice concentration on Ishvara, that leads to success. So that way you can overcome this all Antarayas. So this meaning in this Sutra explained here, Tat Pratishedhartham means to overcome the obstacles or the barriers, all kinds of 14 barriers or 14 Antarayas, Yoga Antarayas. You need to go for Ekatattva practice. Ekatattva means there are 26 Tattvas in Yoga, Sankhya explained 25. For Yoga, among these 26, the supreme one or the best one is called Ishvara. You need to practice Ekatattva means is called Ishvara. You need to go for Ishvara Pranidhanam or Ishvara meditation. That leads to success. Abhyasa. Abhyasa means continuous practice of that. So if you continuous practice Ishvara Pranidhanam, meditate on that, it leads to success. Means the barrier will become overcome. It will destroy the all kinds of Antaraya. So the result will become Antaraya will become delayed or destroy. So this is the whole meaning of this Sutra. Thank you.